Now let us jump on to creating different classes and understand inheritance. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a polygon class. Remember, at this point of time I'm going to take height and width. With the help of square and triangle we can only play with area. So this is just a basic example, so I would take a polygon as a parent class, then a square as my child class, and also a triangle as my child class. So let us do that. Here you can see I'm not using init method because I'm not going to create any object for polygon. So I don't need to initiate any value. I will be using this polygon class as my parent class and then create different childs. Let me move forward and then you will be able to understand. So let me use my height. Here none means I'm not assigning any value at this point of time. So either I can take values from user or I can pass it at a later stage inside my square or triangle. This is my second class, which is square. Now if I need to inherit the attributes, if I need to inherit the functions, all I have to do is pass my parent inside. So all I have to do is use polygon here. That's it. I have just inherited the qualities, the functionalities of polygon inside square. Don't worry, I will be writing code inside polygon, but I just want to make you understand this. Also, whenever you have any doubt, just check the relation of is a. So square is a polygon. If that is right, means you are going with right connection. Second thing is, here our base class is polygon and our derived class is square. That means square is a derived class of polygon. So you might read these type of statement with different type of college assignment, with different type of internet problems. So in our square method I just need to get the area. So all I have to do is define a method that is area, pass the self. Since I will get my width and height from polygon, so I can just directly get the values from polygon. So to get and set values in a polygon, I have to write a setter and a getter. So first let me write a setter, set underscore value, inside which I will pass self, width and height. That is done. All I have to do is pass out my self, then my private width, which will be equal to the width that I am getting as a parameter and argument, and then my height, which will be equal to height that I am getting. Things are good. Let me write a getter also. And remember, if you are using anything as private, you have to write get and set. Private means I cannot use any of the value, any of the attribute inside my child class or any of the class. Private means it is only restricted to this particular polygon class. So for that I also need to get a get value. Done for width. I also need to write a get value for height, because I can only return one value, so I cannot write only one function. I need to write two functions for two values. Things looks good. Now the next thing I need to do is, in my square I'm actually inheriting all the values from my polygon. So I need to do area. So that is simple, it is width into height. So I can use return, and now I can just directly call these functions. So all I can do is I can use self dot, and then you can see I can do set value, I can do get width, I can do get height. So let me get my width, call this function and multiply by self and then height. So that would be area of my square. Let me try to run this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm taking object s1 with the help of square. Now with the help of s1 I can also call all these functions because I have inherited in my square class. That means these are the functions, these are the method I can access. So then I can use a set value command, and here I can pass few values, that is my width and height. So I can pass width as 8 and height as 15. Looks fine. The next thing is I need to get my area. So I can use s1 dot and I can directly call my area. Good, but I need to store it or print it somewhere. That's fine. Let me run this one and see how things goes. So I got an area of 120. Let me take a pause and make you understand how things are going. So here I created a polygon class. I took width as none, took height as none. Since these two are private, so I need to do some set and get, because private attribute cannot be accessed outside of the class. Here I'm not going to call polygon directly. That means I'm not going to create any object of polygon. That is why I haven't used init construction, because whenever we are going to create an object, init would be called and then we are going to set these values. But I am not going to call any object, I am not going to create any object of polygon, so init would never be called. That is why I am taking width and height separately. Things look good. I have created my polygon class. Now I need to extend my code. I need to create a square. So a square is a polygon. So I created a square class, inherit all the functionalities of polygon using this simple syntax. Remember, when we create a class, we don't use parentheses. Here I am using parentheses and passing my parent class. Simply write my functionality, and now I can access these methods similarly as they belong to my class only. So I just use self dot, then get width and get height. Now what I am doing is, assume these methods belongs to square itself. So I created a s1 object for my square. Then with the help of my object, I set the values. As I said, assume these are the methods of square. So I just don't need to use any special command. Just use square underscore value, pass these values. So that means now my private width and private height got some values and they are not none now. That is done, and with the same object I call the area method, and now they call the function that is get width to get my private width and get height to get my private height. As simple, return the value and I'm just printing that. So this was the whole story. Let me create one more class as triangle with parent as polygon. Create my method, pass self here and then return. So let me ask you a hard question. What is the area of triangle? So it is width into height divided by half. So all I have to do is that is done. Now I need to create an object for a triangle to access anything. So for that I am creating t1 as object of triangle. Once object of triangle is created, I can simply set the values and pass maybe 5 and 10. And now I can simply print them. You can see I got a result of 120 and 25. I hope now you understand about inheritance. Inheritance is all about taking functionalities from your parent class to your child class. So our child class is square and triangle and our parent class is polygon. So with this basic example, I hope now you understand about them. So in the next lecture, we'll be moving forward with inheritance and lot more thing. If you have any doubt, don't forget to ask them in your question answer section. See you in the next one.